So I'm Kevin Cook, Director of Communications with the City of Lakeland, and today is the 42nd Annual Swan Roundup. This is when we gather the swans off Lake Morton. We put them in holding pens overnight, get them calm and relaxed, and then they'll see their vet tomorrow for their annual checkup.
And what all are they going to do during the checkup?
So the swans, if we've got any new signets, that's what a baby swan is. They'll be chipped, microchipped, just like you may have one of your pets at home microchipped. So this allows us to wand the birds and find out their weight. We'll look over for if there are any issues we need to look at. A lot of the swans here, just like you and I, they eat a lot of carbs because people feed them white bread. We ask that you feed them something else, or the swan feeders and things of that nature. However, they do like the white bread. So we'll check their weight and we'll look for some other health and vitality issues.
Tell me about the history of the swans.
Well, we were given our first mating pair from Queen Elizabeth. So these are definitely lineage from the royal flock. It's almost like I said, a rite of passage for individuals to come down and feed the swans. They really are a part of the fabric of the city of Lakeland. They're even part of the city's logo. So they're really ingrained in the city of Lakeland.
So I heard one of your swan guys just a minute ago say that they've had more eggs in the last 2 years than in a long time.
Yeah, we've had a really prolific nesting season for the last 2 years. Last year we had quite a few. We actually had a swan sale last year. We may end up doing another one this year. We just don't know until we get a good count of the birds. We really like to keep a certain swan level on this lake because it's so finite and it's surrounded by an urban area. So we don't really know what that number is yet until we get them all together and we get that count together, and then we'll know if we're going to have a swan sale.
So I am the veterinarian for the swans, and so I'm here to make sure that nobody gets hurt, and also if we find anybody with any pre-existing injuries, we can get them to the clinic for treatment. Oh gosh, last year we had somewhere in the range of 75 swans. This year I'm expecting a lot more. We had a lot of chicks last year.
Okay. What kinds of things do you see when you get them in and examine them?
So we previously had a problem with parasites. We've been deworming them every year now, and the parasite load has gotten lower, which is great. The other thing is we actually see a lot of problems from them being overweight. When they're overweight, they develop sores on the bottoms of their feet when walking because their feet really aren't designed to hold a lot of weight. They're mostly designed like boats, and if they spend a lot of time on land and if they spend a lot of time with a lot of weight on their feet, they can develop what's called bumblefoot. And so I see a fair amount of bumblefoot sores. They are getting better. We've been trying to put out a lot more education about please don't feed them bread. You can feed them from the little coin-operated feeders around the lake. They also enjoy things like frozen peas, cracked corn. And so there are definitely healthier options than bread to feed them to keep their weight down.